Plum blossom in a mess. What's your wager? Academic value. Were you scared just now?
Well, hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today we have a real good one today because for one, we'll be talking about who's better between Ruan Mei or Sparkles. Like these two characters are considered to be like one of the most broken units in the game. So I figured why not compare the two of them and which one I think is better in my own opinion, because at the end of the day, who doesn't love hearing my opinions, right? So that's what we're gonna be doing. We'll be comparing both Sparkles and Ruan Mei together, the similarities, then we talk about Sparkles upside and downside, then move on to Ruan Mei upside and downside and talk about things you need to consider for both of them. And after comparing everything from the upside and downside, I'll be telling you which one is better in my humble opinion, of course. But before I continue onward, if you can like and subscribe, it'll mean the world to me and it'll make me a happy boy for sure. Join my Discord server, link in the description or pinned comment, and talk to me and my community if you come and join. And special thanks to my friend for helping me out with his list, and with all that said, we can begin right now.
There's much you don't know about the space station.
Alright, for the similarities, obviously they both 5-star harmony units that excel at buffing you up, and they do extremely well on that. Like they are so good at buffing the fact that whenever you see them in T list, you won't really see them in S, you see them like in SS or triple S tier. So the amount of stuff they can offer, they are so damn versatile that you can legit put any one of them in any team and they'll function. To a point where they just do everything basically. To a point if you have one of these characters on your account, they will hard carry your account and make your main DPS feel like they actually doing something for once, like damn. And a lot of people consider Sparkle and Ruan Mei to be better than Bronya, which said a lot because legit even without all this power creep, Bronya is still a freaking monster. And lastly, they are freaking gorgeous to look at, like both of them are visually pleasing to look at. And yeah, that's about it for the similarities. Now let's move on to Sparkle's upside and downside, and then after that we'll move on to Ruan Mei, so let's just get started.
It doesn't matter who I am off stage.
Alright, off rip for Sparkle's upside, the fact that on her skill she can advance your turn forward and give you a massive crit damage buff on her skill is honestly ludicrous. And the ultimate is crazy, the fact that it can replenish 4 skill points, and then for some reason she changes the skill point cap from 5 and now to 7. And then when you use characters that can take advantage of that, like Imbibe, Tune, Xingqiu Wei, Sila, they are so much easier and so much more comfy to play thanks to Sparkles. Also bringing those characters higher up in the meta. Also, other characters can take advantage of a crit damage buff and the ability to advance the turn forward, like characters like Jinyuan, Blade, Jinglu, Dr. Ratio, Topaz, really like these types of stuff. And with some characters, thanks to Sparkle's ability to advance a character forward, if you wasn't lucky enough to get any speed boosts on your main carry, you don't really need speed boosts on your main DPS if you have Sparkles on your team. And with Sparkles on your team, you can actually realistically ignore skill point management for how much skill point Sparkle get, but generally optimal just play normal. But like you can use so much more skill points thanks to Sparkle, and you can pretty much just ignore like the skill point management rule. And similar to Bronya, you can basically give your DPS 2 turn, the initial turn, and then after Sparkle advances their turn forward again, giving them a whole new turn. Without the ER rope, in 3 turns you can basically get Sparkle ultimate back really quick, which makes she very skill point positive even if you use 3 skill points. And lastly, for the upside, Sparkle is the final piece of the puzzle to really unlock the full power of Mono Quantum, which is honestly really good because before Sparkle, Mono Quantum were kind of lacking. And yeah, that's about it for Sparkle upside. Let's talk about Sparkle downsides. Alright, let's talk about Sparkle downside. There's actually a fair amount of them because for one, she's actually one of the harder harmony characters to build because her buffs are kind of dependent on her relic value, so you need like 160 speed and over 200 crit damage. And if you know relic RNG and farming for relic, you know how cancerous that is. And then you have Sparkle not really good in double DPS comp because her buffs only work on one character and one character only. And sometimes all her skill point can probably go to waste if you use characters like Blade or Jinglu because of how few skill points they use, other than the fact you can advance them forward and boost their crit damage. All the skill points probably might just go to waste. And secondly, she kinda racist, but we still love she. She had no synergy with any DOT team other than advancing them forward, but at that point use other characters that can buff attack and stuff. And her personal damage kinda low, but that's fine because she's a buffer. But could you imagine that roundhouse kick actually doing some damage? Like that would be fun because that kick is nice. And yeah, that's about it for Sparkle's upside and downside. Let's move on to Ruan Mei, shall we?
Plum blossom in a mess.
Alright, for Ruan Mei upside, for one, she is considered to be one of the most universal buffs in the game because for one, she legit does everything. She's honestly really good for break effect team because for one, she gives the rare break effect effectiveness buff, and she does much more than that because for one, she increased speed, damage bonus, a universal elemental piercing, which makes she so universal in anything you put her in. She's skill up break effect, so all you need is like a break effect rope and probably some break effect subset with speed subset, and your Ruan Mei will be cooking for sure. In the simulated universe, she legit gives you a silver buff and legit remove the enemy toughness if you have that element on your team and take away loads of their damage based on how much cards you have. From simulated universe to get like comical stuff, so you can see like boss that nearly dead with their shield gone as you enter battle. And also if you want to farm for a best in slot relic set, you can farm for your Doctor Ratio piece and maybe very soon your Akron piece. Wink wink. When you use Ruan Mei ultimate and the flower thing on the field, when you break an enemy's shield, by default you delay their turn, but also when they get back their turn, the Ruan Mei flower will hit them down and delay them even more. And all Ruan Mei buffs are party wide, so everyone in your team get benefit to everything Ruan Mei have to offer. And the final upside to Ruan Mei, as I said before, she's so universal, she works in any type of team. Your hyper carry team, double DPS comps, and your DOT team. She basically like a jack of all trades and master of all basically. And yeah, that was the upsides. Now let's talk about the downsides. So one of the things about Ruan Mei, the fact that if you can't break the enemy's shield, she kind of fall off because she kind of depends on your team to break a lot of shield. And if you can't really break the enemy's shield, she kind of falls off a bit. And then Ruan Mei will have a lot of energy recharge problem if you don't have an S5 Memory of the Past, which is a 4-star gacha only LC, or energy recharge rope. Your Ruan Mei might struggle to get her ultimate back up. And even though Ruan Mei is still very skill point positive, there's still sometimes you really have to manage Ruan Mei's skill point and your team's skill point to maintain her buffs. Ruan Mei does not buff crit rate or crit damage, and if she did, legit that would have been crazy. And one thing you should note that Ruan Mei doesn't buff her own speed, so you really need to make her really speed like 10 or 13 speed substats over your main carry. And that kind of pisses me off that Ruan Mei doesn't buff her own speed. She really has some anti-synergy with characters that kind of require to break shields like Himiko and Wei, which can be kind of annoying, but you can just use another buffer for those units. And yeah, that's about it for Ruan Mei upside and downsides.
Me. I am elation.
Alright, as we can see with both Ruan Mei and Sparkle, they are both extremely broken units, but they both operate pretty differently. One is a universal buffer that legit can fit in any single team you put her in, and the other one is legit the queen of hyper carry. So they both have their different uses, and if you have both Sparkle and Ruan Mei account, your account is basically set for life. Like you can go for any DPS you want or any character you want because for one, you know you will have those two buffers to rely on. But one thing to note, if you like a genuine Doctor Ratio and Bibetul main, you always want to go for Sparkle because one, Sparkle can make those units insanely broken because one, Sparkle basically fixes one of Genuine's biggest problem he had, and Sparkle make Bibetul legit one of the best DPS in the game now. But Ruan Mei can legit fit in any single team, and one of those teams she can really help out is like DOT teams. So like they both have like their different general uses. And then you have Ruan Mei reaction in a simulated universe, like as I said before with the silver buff, if you have the matching element and the fact that based on how much simulated universe cards you have, wipe out almost 3/4 of an enemy HP. Like that is crazy. But one thing you should note about both Sparkles and Ruan Mei, the fact that they both are extremely broken. But like if there's a character you like that you really want more than anything, but you don't know if you want that because a Ruan Mei or Sparkle banner there, don't feel forced to go for them because they're so broken. This is a casual game and you can pretty much beat the game with whoever you want as long as you build them up properly, build a team around them and get up their like when they need, and they'll beat everything in the game. And as long as you having fun and pulling the characters you want, you are chilling for sure. And yeah, that's about it.
A never-ending cycle of melodies.
Alright, for my final thoughts on who I think is better between Ruan Mei or Sparkles, well, this is a toss-up because for one, both of them are freaking extremely broken in their own right. They both have different uses. And honestly, there's argument to be made for both of them. Like you can say one is better than the other, but I think I have to go with Ruan Mei because for one, she's just more universal than Sparkles. And Sparkles, obviously, you have Imbibitul Nei, Jinyuan, Sila, and Xingxue. And Sparkle make those units completely broken. Ruan Mei can fit in so much teams, hyper carry, double DPS from DOT teams. But also, I think when more hyper carry DPS unit comes out that use a lot of skill points, Sparkle value will just keep going up and up. But hey, don't get me wrong, Sparkle still is completely busted still. But hey, that's just an opinion. My opinion. And yeah, that's about it, because with all that said, I think that everything I want to talk about for today's video. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate you for sure, and let me know what I should do next time. Let me know what you guys think, what I have to say. You agree with me or you disagree? Let me know down below, cause at the end of the day, I'm not gonna kill you. Meh, I probably might kill you, but at the same time, still comment anyway, cause I love that stuff. But anyway, final thoughts said, yeah, I think Ruan Mei is kind of better than Sparkle, but not to say Sparkle bad or anything. She is still a freaking monster and so good for hyper carry teams. I just think Ruan Mei is just slightly better than Sparkles. And yeah, that's about it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I post daily videos every single day, and follow me on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it, and join the Discord server and be a part of my community because it'll make me a happy boy for sure. And with all that said, take care, love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.
Can you shut the fuck up?